high table dinner. And I actually heard two talks of high table dinner talks. They all started with their life and their career, how to develop into an interest of the environment. I was also thinking to tell you how I started my life from a little village near Korea, how I ended up in Beijing, in Shanghai, Sweden, Australia, and eventually here in Hong Kong. But today is different. My wife is here, so I've been talking to her about my life for the last 30 years. If I continue to do so, she will be very bored. So I propose to talk about something about passion for study, meaningfulness for life, and great care for environment. Very simple, because study is our mission. Your mission, my mission. So I will make you happy. The environment is the fate, the mission, vision of this college. So we are all happy. For life is very simple. If I do it right and tell you how happy I am, my wife will be happy, and I will be happy. So these actually topics are very big, and I really believe many of you also think about that all the time. I also sometimes discuss with my own research students. So I believe some of my talks may be something you already know. So by then, just close your eyes, don't listen to it. So I shall ask a few questions. For instance, why do you need to study 4 years in Hong Kong? Why can't it be 1 year? If you think you'll answer. And why can't Hong Kong be efficient? So offer everybody a degree in 1 year. That would be nice. Why not 10 years actually? So why do you worry? And actually, I'm more than 50 years of age. How can you get a good partner after 50, when you are 50 years old? Maybe. What does all this thing, everything to do with the environment? So first, what is study? Is this about examination? Getting a first class honor? Getting a degree from Hong Kong U? Staying in this new college? For research students, write a good paper, publish something? Get your PhD. To me, study is about exploration. To find something new, find out something new. To find out the unknowns to you, then you are a student. To find unknowns to human being, then you are a scientist. Students study, professors also study. That's why study is our mission. The more we find out, I think the more meaningful that our life will be. So, why can't Hong Kong U give you a degree in 4 years? I visited this university, the University of Bologna. I don't know anyone from Italy? Not yet. So this University of Bologna, you must know the University of Bologna. It was the first university in the world established in 1088. So I visited this university this year actually. So evolution over the last 900 years, what happened? Actually, university offer a degree now, and this degree you're doing mostly in 4 years. 4 years for bachelor, 4 years for PhD. So why university evolved to such a situation? There must be a reason. Yeah, it's not the university not efficient. The professors are not good enough. All the students are not smart. Actually, even in Harvard, they still need 4 years. All top universities need 4 years. Hong Kong need 4 years. Go to Polytech also 4 years. There is a book called Outliers, and this book is just a bestseller by Malcolm Gladwell, and he made popular 1,000 rules, 1,000 hours rules. You all know. Very simple. These rules give me the answer at least. So every year you study 1/3 of your time. That's about 3,000 hours. 4 years, roughly 10,000 hours. So the question is, you really need dedicated practice of 10,000 hours. Actually, this was studied by Professor Anders Ericsson on something called deliberate practice and expert performance. He found out if you want to play good piano, do a good sports, be an expert performance, you need to spend dedicated hours, 10,000 hours. Everything. Something to do with our fundamentals as a human being. So you have to put into real 10,000 hours. Of course, this is asking to work hard. On the other hand, you have another 20,000 hours over the 4 years. What do? Of course, you spend 10,000 hours to sleep. The other 10,000 hours, play. Friendship, communication, a lot of other development. So this is my first question. Number 2, to do 4 years study not easy. 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. You have to do one thing in 4 years. Keep your interest going. It's very easy to be distracted nowadays. How can you do 4 years without this continued effort? Put this dedicated 10,000 hours. I've been thinking about that. So, some 3 years ago, actually, when I wrote this thing, I found out. I met an old man called Wu from in Beijing. Actually, he's a grandma alumni from Tsinghua University. He studied air conditioning. But he became the director of Beijing Institute of Architectural Design. Actually, he's the only engineer to do this position. Normally, it's done by architect, this kind of institute. When I spoke to him, I found out he's very good in Chinese literature, all this Chinese history, very, very good, everything. Everything he taught very nicely. So I asked him, how can you be so good as an engineer? You're so good in Chinese literature. He said, actually, I was not that good. So he said, when I was young, one day I had an old book, Chinese book with me. Someone, whatever, he said, one teacher saw it. The teacher said, wow, you even read this book. You know, for a young age, when he heard this, oh, I'm so special, you know. So he felt very good. He continued to read. He spent his 10,000 hours, he became so good. You know, this little encouragement is very important. So you need encouragement from professors. I'm pretty sure Hong Kong U professors will tell you, wow, you even do this kind of thing. Number 2, encouragement is important. I think you need something within. That's your passion. Confucius said, if a man in the morning hear the right way, he may die in the evening without regret. 朝问道，夕死足矣. The translation was from Professor James Lane in 1893. It's very important for Hong Kong local connection. Passion for knowing something new is really excellent as a student, but you know, to get something new is not only that. To some degrees, you learn the existing knowledge. I was taught students, you learn existing, but that's not enough. You need to break a few rules sometimes. There's always no need to accept everything you've been told. Reject a few. Sometimes help. Don't reject everything. Then you cannot get your degree. Forget about the first part of class. Feel free to break a few rules and doubt a few existing theory. Doubting, to have doubt over what is now is academic freedom. If you ask me what is real academic freedom, we don't believe whatever the authority tells us all the time. But we do accept what this knowledge is. 1965 Nobel laureate Richard Feynman, I like to read his books, he said, scientist is never certain. Student should always ask. This is number 2. Have a passion, having pleasure of finding something new. Number 3, this is not easy. I think people will feel alone. Have you ever feel alone? Not right now. You have people having birth the same year. This country today is very wonderful. I met somebody called Gary Coppinger from Canada in June this year in Singapore. I had a beer with him. So he said he actually was the one developed something called a cocktail treatment method for Ebola. Amazing, Ebola. He had a method. He knew the method worked. Actually, the Chinese working with him. But he saw people dying in Africa. Do you know how bad you would feel when you are in that position? The drug is not accepted. Hasn't passed all the testing, all these things. You know, it takes a long time to get a drug passed. And he actually tried very hard to bring this drug to Africa to treat people. FBI even had potential to prosecute him. He was in danger. Actually, he felt alone. You know, when you know something new, you break those few rules. You're alone. You feel aloneness, lonesomeness. I heard this lonesomeness from a lot of people. This is my view. Without lonesomeness, you will not become an adult. You agree? You are adult now. Without lonesomeness in research, you will not become a good scientist. Aerohistory. This was very different in the 1700s or 1800s, such as Newton or Charles Darwin. They were different. You know, those people, they could study nearly every subject in the world at that time. There is a good reason for us to narrow our subject today. You study social science, I study mechanical engineering, civil engineering. Mankind has expanded our knowledge base at as precedented rate. Do you know there are more than, just a quick check from Google, 100 million books in the world, 50 million scholarly articles to read, 30,000 journals, 20,000 universities, 6 million researchers at the moment in the world. No one can read all that have been published. Impossible. But instead, we have much easier access to knowledge than did Isaac Newton and Charles Darwin. We can search and find almost instantly any articles, any textbook, anybody in the world, any experts. In a lot of cases, if you are smart enough now, you can even identify the best knowledge by yourself. You can identify who is the best doing Ebola. You can find Gary Coppinger easily on the internet. You can share your ideas, observations, data, findings, questions, answers in any format, I mean text, images, video, at any instant with anyone in the world. Very interesting situation. I think knowledge expansion also means both time and effort are needed to develop the necessary in-depth expertise and skills. This will help us in that specializing situation. You really need to learn a little bit more beyond knowledge. That's what I mean by the third 10,000 hours that you have when you are with Hong Kong U. This is about study. Study is a pleasure, but there is a prerequisite, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be happy. Very easily said than done. I think happy is the wrong word. Because happy means I'm happy. Means present. I mean to me. That's how I feel. Meaningfulness is a little bit better. I don't need to be happy to be meaningful. I will come back to that. It means past, present, and future. You think more than that. To me, meaningful. The first thing I want to answer, many of my students worry. My PhD students, they worry they cannot get a degree after graduation, cannot get a job, and somehow their girlfriend or boyfriend has trouble, and all this kind of thing. They worry. Have you ever worried? No worries. So why you are worried? Hong Kong is very fast. We work fast, we walk faster, we work fast, we talk fast. The deadline of your report, your homework tomorrow, you worry at the moment. There is a bottleneck in your study, a danger in the society, a risk ahead of us. You worry, and we all worry. Why do you worry? Because you are intelligent. You see the risk in front of it. You see earlier, deeper, broader, and further. And those people don't worry. So worry is a good thing. So do not worry. That's how I tell my students. No one should worry. When you worry, amazing, you start to think, you try to solve it. One moment, aha, done. That aha moment, not many people can have. Scientists have that aha moment. Normally, it's because you worry. So, on the other hand, we cannot worry all the time. So in Chinese, don't worry. So this is about the worry. Meaningful life is about how you live, how you connect with other people. I think the most important relationship with others is your wife, husband, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend. So I would like to make a point on that, because this part of relationship, if you don't do well, forget it, no more life. Very terrible. So I spoke to Professor David Caldwell, who was the head of engineering in Cambridge University. I told him, do you know that it's rather happy to know somebody after 20, 30 years? Really, you stay with somebody for 20, 30 years for me. That's only after, I don't know, after 50 years. But 40, 20, 30 years, I know. Very beautiful. You find somebody, you know, her or him very, very well. He said, only those who have married 20 years or more would appreciate that. Very important. Anyway, so what is marriage? Happy marriage. My view. The marriage, when a man and woman become as one. A marriage is complete integration of two people. You share the same future, same responsibility and hope. You share the same happiness and frustration. Very interesting. Opportunities and risks. Losses and gains, pleasure and pains, warmth and cold. Not to mention the same air, water, food that you share. The importance of sharing is not just in happiness, opportunities, gains, pleasure, warmth, but most important, in frustration, losses, pains, and cold. It's not happiness, it's the meaningfulness, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I feel. Chinese said, in Chinese I know the word, it's difficult to find the English translation. Happy marriage is all too late. And you. So don't just seek the happiness at that one moment. You seek happiness for your life, for the past, for present, for the future. And that's meaningfulness. Number 3, why you are happy. We are wired to be positive. Have you ever seen this, you know? You see somebody take a selfie. You know selfie, right? You just watch that guy's face. Very happy. I've never seen somebody take a selfie, they were unhappy. Everybody. So you know what it shows? We are born with a positive gene. We are wired to be positive. Let me tell you why. That's how I feel. When your ancestors were hunters, there must be days without any victims. They did not hunt anything. When they were farmers, there must be years with flooding and drought. Even during the recent industrialized period, there were depression, financial crisis, countless natural and man-made disasters, ice age, wars. But your ancestors knew they would get food one day for themselves, for their family. They were optimistic. They survived. For those who were not positive, you don't see them anymore. Your parents, your ancestors were the survivors. Hence, you were born with optimism gene. You are positive. Agree? This will help you to survive that 4 years. Life is about meaningfulness and sometimes happiness. You see, happiness is no longer the most important. When you recall as you get to my age, every unhappy moment in your life, at this moment in your study, you will feel it will become a great memory. Trust me. You can try in 20 years' time. My last topic. We live alone because we are not alone. Environment is what surrounds you and surrounding human being. This is my third topic. Very easy. Everyone say we like doing environment. You can ask me why I study environment. But I want to touch the topic from a different perspective. As we spoke today. Why do we need to care for our environment? Is that because air pollution, climate change, lead water, noisy street, energy shortage, our future generations? They're all good reasons, not fundamental. It's difficult to understand why people in 2,000 years ago they also care about environment action. If you look at Chinese history, it's not about those crises. The very basic reason, we are a part of the environment. We are the environment. The environment cares about us, and we care about the environment. Let me do a little bit of thing for you. You have your mom, your dad, grandparents, and you and your nephew, your cousin, are connected. By doing this, you and your sister are connected by your family, and we all value family connection. Once we are a network, we value our environment. If I do not value my family, then I'm a black sheep. They will give me up. I'm no longer family. We are connected by our family, so we take good care of our family, and our family took good care. Our family also takes good care of each of us. So we are connected by Hong Kong U, by New College, where we eat, study, and work. We value our campus. So Hong Kong U will look after us, give you a degree, give me my salary. We are connected through the food we eat. A hazy air makes us all uncomfortable. A cleaner harbor that many of us can swim will be nice. We care about air, water, land, and food, just like our family. We are connected biologically. The doctors we see, the mosquitoes that bite you and me, the hand we shake, conversations we had, the common answers we had, the common birthplace, I don't know the birth month, the bacteria we all have in our body. We are connected socially by the music we listen, the culture we share, the fashions we like or dislike, the belief and value that we have, the religion we follow. We use the same social network, such as Facebook, graduate from the same supervisor, play the same football team, go to the same restaurant, go to the same church, visit the same museum. You have entertainment. Everything you do is the environment we have. Basically, everything we do, live and think, everything we see and listen, everything we feel, value and imagine, they connect us. I also studied this whole thing about the indoor network and how they help to spread influenza. Here is a quote, not from me. Once we start embracing the idea that we're all one, then we will start to fix things. It starts with consciousness and our definition of ourselves. We are connected, hence we share this great city, the same world, the same hope, joy, happiness, frustration, difficult economy period, the same resources, environment challenges, of course, the same infection risk by a virus, a good book, a rumor, all good or bad news. There is a lot more than geographic proximity linked to people in a city, a country, or in the world. Being an individual of the society connects us all. Environment is everything we connect with. We need to take great care of our environment just like our family. We live because we are not alone. The environment is what surrounds you and surrounds human being. That's how I feel. I wrote little essays for my own students. They tell me how good it is. So I share here with you. So here, I make a summary. Enjoy study, spend your 10,000 hours. Be encouraged, with passion, open-minded, and enjoy finding out something new. Break few rules. For life, enjoy life, do not worry. Get to know somebody really well. Spend the time with him or her, not just for happiness, but for meaningfulness. Take great care of our environment, just like our family. We are connected physically, chemically, socially, I did not mention, atomically. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I did not make my wife bored. Do you agree? And I hope you are also not bored. Thank you very much.